Good evening all, I'm Aditi Lamba with the Tuesday night edition of South Asian News. Welcome to Vision of Asia, Voice of the Community. We are coming to you from our studio in New York City. Here's what's happening tonight in the coronavirus pandemic. Globally, more than 1 million people have died from the novel virus with at least 33.5 million cases. The United States has surpassed a sobering number of 7 million cases of COVID-19 with at least 205,000 deaths. New cases records are being seen in Montana, South Dakota, Utah, Wisconsin, and Wyoming. Florida has surpassed 700,000 cases as bars and restaurants reopened at full capacity and also remains a hotspot. President Trump has announced plans to distribute 150 million rapid tests in the country. Health experts are warning of a surge in cases this fall and winter, with more than half the states of the nation reporting increases in the cases. In New York City, here, schools have opened up for the first time in-person learning today. Here, however, concern regarding the impact of opening nation's largest school district continues, with staffers testing positive for COVID-19 in 150 school buildings, according to the Department of Education. However, Mayor Bill de Blasio has said that the New York City may implement further restrictions as early as tomorrow. This is happening as New York, which was once the epicenter, sees an uptick in cases centered around southern portions of the state and the city. If you are an educator or a student in New York City going back to in-person learning, please write to us with your experience and opinions on events@itvgold.com. Meanwhile, parts of Europe are now battling again with COVID-19, with a second wave of COVID-19 impacting the continent. Nations are tightening some restrictions there. And India has topped 6 million cases, becoming the only country after the US to have numbers this large, and may soon become the country with most infections. Here's hoping for the safety and well-being of all. Also, tonight begins the round of presidential debates between President Donald Trump and Democratic presidential candidate, former Vice President Joe Biden. Issues such as immigration, healthcare, economy, Supreme Court, and nomination and coronavirus are all up for debate in Cleveland, where the two candidates will be debating in a socially distant affair. As are on the elections with practically a month left, we'd like to take this moment to remind all eligible voters to register to vote for the upcoming November 3rd elections. It's been called one of the most crucial elections of history, so do register. With that, it's now time to start the South Asian News segment, reflecting much on COVID-19 relief and South Asian culture. Here are the headlines. American Association of Physicians of Indian Origin hosts 2020 Chicago Mini Convention, Illinois. Legendary Devanand's 97th birth anniversary celebrations happening Sanskritik Foundation. Get to know Sikh Society of Central Florida on COVID-19 relief efforts and virtual programs, Florida. It's time for a short break on Vision of Asia, Voice of the Community. We'll be back shortly. Welcome back. I'm Aditi Lamba and this is Vision of Asia, Tuesday night episode of South Asian News. Let's take a look at the American Association of Physicians of Indian Origin, OPI. The organization is considered one of the largest ethnic medical associations, representing more than 100,000 doctors from all across the United States, along with medical students and interns. According to OPI, every 7th patient in the US and every 5th patient in rural and inner cities across the nation is being treated by a physician of Indian origin, showcasing the great presence of South Asians in the healthcare system here. Currently, OPI is doing several programs to empower communities and help with resources during the COVID-19 crisis. Discussing its ongoing programs and its future vision, recently OPI held its 2020 Chicago Mini Convention in Illinois. Honoring its member bodies, supporters, and many more, the convention saw a series of events and commemorations, all done adhering to social distancing and mask-wearing precautions during the pandemic. Paying tribute to the effortless work of physicians this year, here are the beginning highlights of OPI's mini Chicago convention, featuring key personalities and politicians.
Hello everyone, this is Dr. Seema Arora. I'm Chair Board of Trustees of National OPI 2019-20. So as you can see today, we are celebrating our annual mini convention. It was supposed to be celebrated in June, but because of the COVID pandemic lockdowns, we had to postpone it to September, and we're doing it in very protected way with wearing masks, social distancing. So this is our day number 1 of the convention, and this morning we had the honor of joining the Vice President from India live, and that was a big honor for us. We had met him during our Global Health Summit when we had gone to Hyderabad, Mr. Venkatamurthy. So he's the chief guest. After this, we've been having CME lectures, and the day is going very well. After this, in the afternoon, we have some awards ceremony, which is actually to honor all the people who worked very hard during our term. So we will be honoring them with plaques. And as you all know, that the COVID pandemic struck unprecedentedly during our term, and people had to just jump in and help out. And we are very proud that we were able to take API to a new level.
Good morning. Hi, my name is Dr. Sudhakar Jonnalagadda, President of National API. Today we are here in Chicago. We are doing our mini convention, since you all know that because of the pandemic, our API annual 37th convention has been cancelled. So we are doing a small mini convention today, and about 100 people are attending, and we just finished our CME session today. And we're going to have awards distribution this afternoon, and evening we have entertainment. And most important thing, we are all, because of the current pandemic, we're all together, and we're working hard as the frontline physicians, and protect our community and protect ourselves. And I'm sure this pandemic will be over soon, and definitely we'll get some medications, vaccines soon, which will be able to cure this dreaded virus. Again, I wish you all well, stay safe. Remember 3 things: mask, social distance, and hand washing. This is most important than treatment. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Dr. Meher Medavaram. I'm the convention chair for the API convention for year 2020. It is really wonderful to have everybody come in for the convention. This was originally planned for June 2020, but because of the COVID situation, we had to cancel it, and we were doing this only because we would like to recognize all the doctors who hard worked throughout the year, and also really a tribute to several of the physicians who have really fallen ill but are recovering, and some we lost. So this is a great tribute, and we would like to recognize each and every one. That is the reason for our convention. In spite of all the odds, we are following the guidelines of CDC, which is only 100 people. So the event is attended by about 100 physicians, and we are done an extremely well recognized, attended event this time, following all the CDC guidelines to recognize the physicians. So I'm really honored and grateful to be the convention chair for this year, and also really applaud for everyone's volunteer work, physicians, healthcare workers, and everything for this COVID pandemic, the way we are conducting, and we wish that pandemics be over soon. But again, a salute to all the healthcare workers and all the frontline workers. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ravi Kohli from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I'm the Vice President of AAPI, and we're also happy to be here celebrating a mini convention of API. And I want to thank Dr. Suresh Reddy, the past president, and Dr. Meher Medavaram and her team for arranging this beautiful convention in a very safe and very friendly manner that we are all getting together here. And we are having a great time with wonderful CME programs, excellent food, and other motivational presentations today. And please come and join us, all the local people, and it'll be fun gathering this evening. We have an award ceremony coming up. After that, we'll have a gala in the evening as well. And again, I'm Dr. Ravi Kohli, K-O-L-L-I, Vice President of AAPI. Thank you.
Can you give a big round of applause to Suresh, Seema, Sudhakar, Sajani, Anupama, Ravi, and Meher? for their leadership of OPI and especially tonight's mini convention. This is really outstanding, Suresh and Meher. You know, it's a little breezy, but you've come to the Windy City. And so it's only appropriate, and with the current situation as it is, we are providing a little extra airflow to make sure we get through tonight safely. But thank you so much for coming and gracing us with your presence. I want to turn to my next point, which is, I just want to say thank you. Thank you to each and every one of you for everything that you do every day, for your patience, for your communities, your families, and your country. You really are the best of America. And you are the reason why someone like myself can be in the United States Congress. You know, I've mentioned this anecdote before, but folks like you had to overcome a lot to arrive where you are now. I am proud. Thank you. I am proud to work with you each and every day. I don't care what party you belong to. I don't care what part of the country you come from. My office is your office, and whatever you need, you come to us and we'll take care of you. So with that, I want to close with my favorite saying, which is that yesterday is history, tomorrow's a mystery, but today's a gift. That's why we call it the present. And so honored and blessed to be with you here for just a few short minutes of your precious time to celebrate you and to celebrate your families, your practices, your incredible public service to our country, and how together we are going to make America and the world a better place.
Stay tuned for more coverage on OPI's recent convention on ITV Gold. Let's now take a look at a special virtual commemoration for legendary Indian actor Dev Anand's 97th birth anniversary presented by Happening Sanskritik Foundation. The renowned personality led Indian cinema for more than 5 decades in over 110 motion pictures and gave a new dimension to stardom like never seen before, and the admiration from all across the globe. Known as the evergreen Dev Anand, the actor was presented India's highest civilian honor of Padma Bhushan along with several international recognitions. Honoring his great contributions to Indian cinema, the virtual celebration by Happening Sanskritik Foundation saw several of his popular movie songs presented by artists reminiscing the impact of Dev Anand on the industry, along with community leaders who shared their personal experiences with Dev Anand, including ITV Gold, Parikh Worldwide Media's chairman, Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parekh. Here is the story.
देव आनंद साहब एक्टिंग के अलावा अपनी ड्रेसिंग स्टाइल के लिए बहुत चर्चा में रहे। उनका वो कैप, गले का स्कार्फ या बिल्कुल अलग कलर के गैलिस पैंट, शर्ट, डेनिम जैकेट, कोट, इन सभी में लोग उनकी तुलना इंग्लिश फिल्म एक्टर ग्रेगरी पेक से करते थे। आपको जानकर हैरत होगी, देव आनंद साहब की ड्रेसिंग पर कोर्ट ने लगाई थी पाबंदी। जी हां दोस्तों, एक वक्त ऐसा था कि वो केवल काला कोट और सफेद शर्ट ही पहनते थे, चाहे वो फिल्मों में हो या फिर पब्लिक प्लेसेस में। उनके पहनावे से लड़कियां इतनी ज्यादा दीवानी हो गई थीं कि काफी सुसाइड के केसेस सामने आने लगे। मजबूरन कोट को हस्तक्षेप करना पड़ा और देवानंद के ब्लैक कोट और व्हाइट शर्ट पहनने पर पाबंदी लगानी पड़ी। इस हद तक की दीवानगी शायद ही किसी और हीरो की रही होगी।
Dev Sahib and I became good friends after his visit to Atlanta in the 90s. I was very fortunate to have an opportunity to invite Dev Sahib to Atlanta, and he was very gracious to accept our invitation. After meeting him, it felt as if I knew him all my life. He was such a humble persona. On one of those occasions at a party in my house, not only the Atlanta ladies but men too went crazy to have pictures with him. On another occasion, and true for his zest for life, he asked for my help to help him find an NRI girl for his next Bollywood venture. I suggested a few names, and he picked up one of the young ladies from Atlanta, and he casted her in that movie, Main 16 Baras Ki.
We came up close and personal when he called me as one-on-one at his hotel here, Lexington Avenue in New York, and he wanted to plan. He was just about finishing Love at Times Square, which he was very passionate about. At the age of 80, he continued going. He didn't want to stop, so we had dinner, and he was very calm. He showed me all the publicity material. And he said, I want to do a world premiere at Times Square for Love at Times Square. This was probably his last movie. I took all the information. The following month we met in India at his house at June. And then I came back, and his passion was, said, Sudhir ji, aap Hillary Clinton ko bulaiye. We'll do a grand scale premiere at Times Square, and I want the Clintons to be there. I said, I'll try my best. The zeal, the magnanimous human being that he was, and the respect he had from both the entire film industry, not only here, but including the Hollywood. Some of the Hollywood stars were his best friends, and whenever he came, he was well received.
It's time for the short break on Vision of Asia, Voice of the Community. We'll be back shortly. And welcome again. This is Vision of Asia, the South Asian news segment, and I am Aditi Lamba. We have now a get-to-know segment featuring from Florida, the Sikh Society of Central Florida, a religious and cultural center grounded in the beliefs of Sikhism, the world's fifth largest organized religion with its value in volunteerism, humility, and resilience. The all-inclusive and welcoming center of oneness, the Gurdwara Sahib in Central Florida, along with its member body, focuses on enabling and empowering Sikh Americans with their culture, heritage, and faith, bringing forth the importance of language, religious scriptures, and much more. The Sikh Society features several programs and discourses to truly assimilate the Florida Sikh American community into the greater diaspora, and also functions as a venue to educate non-Sikhs on the faith, its religious articles of faith, which has been misconstrued in the wake of racism and xenophobia in the nation. Currently, the Sikh Society of Central Florida is partaking in COVID-19 relief efforts by hosting drive-in food and blood drives, along with its virtual classes for the youth members of the Sikh Society. We spoke with Chairman Amitpal Singh Saini and Youth Coordinator Gagandeep Kaur on the Sikh Society of Central Florida and its vision in serving the greater community at need and enabling the youngest generation. Here is the conversation.
Third most populous state. It's almost half the size of England. Considering that our population is very small, and in 80s it was even smaller. So some our seniors, they got together. They initially started doing part in each other's home, and people were, our Sangat members are coming from Melbourne, Daytona, Tampa, and then they eventually brought it to church. And we operated there for a few years. In 2002, they bought a land and built this existing structure, the existing Gurdwara where we are. Sikh Society of Central Florida in Oviedo, which is a suburb of Orlando. So we are there since 2002, and I am involved in Sikh Society since 2004 when I moved to Orlando.
You. And when you are talking about women empowerment, equality, how much of that have you personally experienced being a Sikh yourself?
To me, the Sikh is the one who keep the God in her heart and keep the God in mind all the time. One who lives honestly and work hard is a true Sikh who treats everyone equally and is generous enough to every person.
How do you perhaps address that? And also for people that are afraid of wearing the 5 articles of faith of Sikhism, especially the turban, what do you advise to them?
It's true that living with those 5 kakars, the 5 Ks, it's very tough being in this country here in United States. So that's where it always comes that actions, we need to show with actions. We need to be serving and giving. We need to let people know through our actions that who Sikhs are. And they are safe people. They're because it's very misunderstood religion. So also because of this, we teach our kids, and we have collaborating with other organizations, Sikh Coalition, to make our kids go to school and educate the teachers and the school people that what Sikhism is, to add that into their curriculum. So we are working towards that goal, so that we were just waiting for kids to start with their schools, and within a month or two, when they get comfortable with their schools and the classes and the programs, so they can they have already prepared the material. They are just almost ready to go and educate their teachers and the school kids, so that everybody is aware and they feel comfortable and safe. So once everybody is aware, and more action speaks more than words. It's always said so. Actions, we are trying to do these service, the seva to our Gurdwara. So we're trying, and our kids are being educated. We run all the programs, the Gurmukh programs, Gurmukh camps, Living Sikhi camps. Living Sikhi camps are basically not just the Sikh history. It's the practical knowledge we give to the kids about the teachings of our gurus. So how to implement that practically in life and be helpful, because it's always action speaks more than the words.
Anyone who is wearing turban, that person will, if you are in need, that person will go out of the way to help you. That's why this turban was given. This is a sign of equality. This is a sign of a protector. This is a sign of a person who will live by the Sikh faith. And yes, you will be looked upon, but that was the original goal, to stand out. It's not that we only stood out here, we stand out in our home country in India as well. Except because it's part of education, there is more awareness. You're right, in southern part of India, we may be looked upon similar to what we are looked upon here. And that is why it becomes more important to have dialogues. It's more important to spread words. It's more important for people to come to our Gurdwara Sahib, and that's why this free food program and the other programs which we are doing has helped us to spread awareness.
And this is all for tonight's show. Remember to send us your suggestions and get your voices and organizations on our show. Email us on events@itvgold.com or follow us on Facebook @itvgold. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel to watch many of our popular shows for free. Thank you for joining us tonight from Queens, New York. This is Vision of Asia, and I am Aditi Lamba. Take care and be well.